Saquon Barkley. I swear Saquon Barkley is the best. We survived the Giants, and now the Eagles got Saquon Barkley. Lord have mercy, man. All to the Eagles, man. All to the Birds.
Saquon Barkley has been a game changer. Since his days at Penn State to his rise in the NFL, he's been a beacon of talent and determination. But the disrespect that he received from the team that drafted him, the New York Giants, led to a domino effect that will change the landscape of the NFL forever. Stick with me. YouTube gang, what is up? Man, I missed y'all. It's your boy The Cloud, and it's above me. Man, let's get into this topic. Coming off of being named co-winner of Mr. Pennsylvania, going into his senior season in high school, in February of 2014, Saquon Barkley announced his commitment to Penn State. This is where the path to greatness started. During Saquon's freshman year, he saw 11 games while starting in 6. As a true freshman, he carried the ball 182 times for 1,076 yards and 7 touchdowns, and he mixed in 1 receiving touchdown, breaking Penn State's record for most rushing yards by a freshman. His 2 breakout games from this season was his game versus Rutgers, where he rushed for 195 yards and 2 touchdowns on 21 attempts, and his game versus Ohio State, where he rushed for 194 yards on 26 attempts. Now, going into his sophomore season, Saquon Barkley rushed for 1,496 yards, 18 touchdowns, and he had 272 carries, while adding in 4 receiving touchdowns. Now, during this season, he earned second-team All-American honors, and he set the foundation for him being considered one of the best running backs, if not the best back in the nation. As a junior, Saquon rushed for 1,271 yards, 18 touchdowns on 217 carries, while he also had 3 receiving touchdowns and 2 kickoff return touchdowns. During this junior season, he earned first-team All-American honors. He was named Big Ten Player of the Year for the 2nd straight season, while also winning the Paul Hornung Award as the most versatile player in the nation. His combination of power, agility, vision, speed, and one-cut ability made him one of the most dynamic running backs of his time. And he set himself up as one of the best available draft prospects going into the 2018 draft. And in late December of 2017, Saquon Barkley declared for the NFL draft, foregoing his senior season. In 2018, the New York Giants made him the number 2 overall pick, believing he had all the skills to change their franchise. And he did have the skills, that is. Changing the franchise, not so much. Saquon's rookie season was nothing short of legendary. He had 1,307 rushing yards on 261 carries, 721 receiving yards, 91 receptions, and he totaled 15 touchdowns. The NFL hadn't seen a dual threat like that in years. And he went on to win NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year and was named to the All-Rookie team during that rookie season. But even the brightest stars face setbacks, and it's always been a very cold world for running backs. It happens often. Guys get their money and then that performance takes a hit. Ever since Todd Gurley signed that massive contract extension in 2018 for 4 years, $60 million, $45 million guaranteed, this reset the running back market. But it also caused a domino effect that made teams start to rethink their decisions in the years to come. Todd Gurley's NFL lifespan decreased at a rapid rate, and long story short, he only played 2 years of that contract before being released by the Rams. Now, what caused this? Nagging injuries. But him resetting the running back market opened the door for other star running backs to get their money. In 2019, 2 other running backs also got major paydays. Le'Veon Bell, who held out for the entire 2018 season due to failed contract negotiations with the Pittsburgh Steelers and refusal to sign his franchise tag, he went on to sign a 4-year deal with the Jets worth $52.5 million and $35 million guaranteed. Now, he played the entire 2019 season, but his numbers were very lackluster. And after being placed on IR after week 1 during the 2020 season, he returned disgruntled, and his time with the Jets came to an end quickly. Ezekiel Elliott was the other running back in 2019 to get a major payday. Zeke signed a 6-year extension worth $90 million, 50 guaranteed, making him the highest paid running back in history at the time, making on average $15 million a year. But in 2020, his production took a hit, but he was still showing that he was a 1,000-yard running back in this league. Then he gets hurt in 2021, and it just goes downhill from there. He gets released by the Cowboys in 2023, making it through 4 years of his contract. These 3 cases reset the running back market completely, but it made teams very reluctant to sign these running backs to these major contracts. It just became easier for most of these teams to save money and get younger at this position, or even just have a couple of guys come in and compete at committee. Now, Saquon battled many injuries during a couple seasons, leaving people to question his value, drafting running backs high, or even just paying guys these big contracts. And in 2020, Saquon missed 14 games when he suffered a torn ACL, an MCL sprain in his knee. And that's one of the worst injuries for running backs, just because of how the ACL helps stabilize your knee. And when making those sudden moves, those quick stops, those starts, changing direction, it's going to have a big impact on a guy to really have to work back. Now, going into the 2022 season, the Giants picked up his 5th-year option as he worked his way back to strength. And he was approaching that contract year. Under the 5th-year option in 2022, he had his best season since his rookie year, with 1,650 yards total from scrimmage, with 10 total touchdowns. And he made a Pro Bowl appearance. This season surely had to let the Giants know he was back to being the guy that they drafted, and he could surely get a nice contract extension, right?
Wrong.
The Giants placed the franchise tag on Saquon going into the 2023 season. Running backs average the lowest amount on the franchise tag outside of kickers and punters. So this was a foreshadow for us about how the Giants really felt about their star player. Now, I want y'all to remember this. This is the same season this same team gave Daniel Jones $92 million guaranteed, a $36 million signing bonus, and he was set to make $160 million over 4 seasons. A player who didn't do anything to prove this contract was deserving. He had very average numbers. His play didn't jump off the screen, but clearly was a player that the team valued more than Saquon. Now, during this season, Saquon suffered another injury that caused him to miss just 3 games. And after this season, Saquon was set to enter free agency, but he was still hopeful to be on the Giants, as he stated plenty of times. But they allowed him to go out and test his value on the open market, which was a bad idea. And Saquon basically took this as disrespect. He felt slighted that he had to prove his value on the market instead of being able to come to an agreement with the team that drafted him. The NFL had largely moved on from prioritizing running backs after the Christian McCaffrey deal in 2020. Teams leaned on passing offenses, committee backfields, so basically everybody was writing Saquon Barkley off. But in a shocking move, Saquon signed with the Philadelphia Eagles, and little did we know at the time how perfect of a fit that was. It was already a dynamic offense, a strong offensive line, and a team that was hungry to compete for another title. So we knew they had what it took to compete, but not on this level. No one expected him to sign with a division rival, but the Eagles gave him 37 million reasons to respect him over 3 years, as well as $26 million guaranteed, and not to mention over $1.5 million in incentives that he had a chance to earn. And might I mention, he earned every last incentive on that contract. Saquon didn't just play well this season, he freaking dominated. His explosive plays and versatility made the Eagles offense nearly unstoppable. We're talking about this man had 14 games over 100 yards this season, 2 200-yard rushing games. He ended the season with over 2,283 total yards from scrimmage with 15 total touchdowns. Saquon Barkley's evolution didn't just benefit his own career. It's about to reignite the discussion around the value of elite running backs. Teams will have to begin to see how a player like Barkley could be a cornerstone and not just a complementary piece. Teams are going to look deeper within and either trust the guys they have or start giving these guys that are being mistreated elsewhere their just due. But to put the icing on the cake, Saquon's ability to play free in Philly and get back to the player he was returning to in New York helped lead this team to a Super Bowl in just his first year with them. And it was more than just a win. It was validation. Saquon Barkley had to overcome odds and he had to overcome disrespect, but he brought back value to the running back position, and he secured his legacy as a champion. Saquon Barkley's journey is about more than football. It's about resilience. It's about reinventing yourself when you're down. It's about refusing to be defined by those setbacks, refusing to be boxed in by other people's thoughts, other people's expectations, and consistently betting on yourself. Along with Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, even Tony Pollard, they changed how the league are viewing running backs, and they're about to inspire countless young athletes to go get theirs, while also helping these future free agents possibly get their fair shake. Saquon Barkley has rewritten the narrative for running backs, and now he's a Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, Hurts gonna smile now.
When that hit 0-0, hey man, that's you. That's you. Come on. That's you.
All of us, man.
I know it's all of us, but you don't understand the difference you made. You know, we right there, but you like that last piece, man.
It's been a pleasure being back with you all, man. My name is The Cloud. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Please be sure to leave a comment with any of your thoughts, man, and let me know how you felt about the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for future sports related videos. And always remember, never forget, it's above me.